А? Ну, зачастую человек два. Начинаем, да?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Let's start our session today. Для заметки я должен, да, на английском тогда вести его полностью?
Да.
Ага, окей. So, I'm glad to see you here today at evening. And а куда? No slides anymore. Может, смака? Это я, наверное, нет, нет. Okay. So shortly, who am I? My name is Boris Dipner. I have over 5 years of experience in iOS development, and in last 6 months, I participated in over 70 technical interviews. Again.
Yes.
So part zero before the interview and before the presentation. The full name of my presentation was How to Prepare for a Technical Interview at United States Startup. I don't know why the name was cut in the Instagram. So this is full name. I suppose you are lucky to be here to listen in live. So what we will discuss today, it's the best practices, master themes, and themes you should know. Of course, my advice is from experience of these sessions. So let's begin. Part one, it's a kind reminder. Of course, there are some hiring processes, and you need to remember that technical interview is not a first step of the hiring process. So usually it's a second or third step in the hiring process, and to be ready for technical interview, you need to pass first steps. That's why you need to learn how to sell yourself efficiently, especially on especially when you are passing to United States startups or Europe. So here's a tip how to make it a bit more efficient. Let's see about you. For example, two steps you can do. It's summarize your experience briefly and focus on the value you can add to the company. For example, I'll do it on my way. I'm Boris Dipner. I'm with 5+ years of experience in iOS development. I worked with global banks, partnered with Visa, launched my own apps. I've developed features that increased in-app sales by 30% and streamlined user flows, doubling the speed at which user can receive their packages. It's just for example. And a few more tips for the step 0. Before any HR will see your resume, it will go through an automated system that will scan your resume and then do a percentage of is it okay with the position you apply or not? So you need to understand that you have to change your resume by the concrete position you apply. And the final one, reminder, it's don't forget to read about company's culture, products, etc., because this is a half of questions on the HR interview. And now let's begin to the part 2. It's about tech, but not the coding. Coding is another part. Let's start from the differences. You can pass to the IT companies or you can pass to the startups. What's the difference between them? So let's start from the IT companies. Typically, they have structured interview processes with lots of steps. Several rounds of technical and behavior assessments. They often focus on a wide range of skills and may longer decision-making timelines. If we are talking about startups, so we can say that startups tend to more flexible and faster into processes. On my experience, I got offered by only 2 steps. It's HR interview, and the next one is technical part. That's all. By the way, based on my experience in IT companies, there are at least 3 steps: HR interview, then technical part, and the last one is mostly with CEO or with the team. There are some action points that in startups there are not only cultural fit, but on my experience, they are looking for ability to wear multiple hats. So they're expecting you to, if they will need, you can T-shape to, for example, you are writing Swift and doing iOS apps, they're expecting you to change position to a content developer or so. This is action point here. And of course, the difference between the coding part in interview and startups, basically in IT companies, interviews are based on soft skills, based on some theoretical points. In startups, on my experience, it is concrete live coding or code review, something like that. It's over. Okay, continue to the tech part. I will not go deeper in the base. I think it's obvious a bit because you must know your main programming languages. I suppose if you are Android developers, Kotlin or backend for C#. So here is the base. You must know main programming language, popular frameworks, and it will be a big plus for you if you are matching with the current position popular frameworks. How can we prepare for it? Basically, here's 4 platforms. For the first part, it's daily challenges, challenges. Um, Daily challenges, what you can do. Every tech interview that was in United States contained live coding with at least one algorithm task. So you have to do some tasks, and the best way is just try to do it manually, or try to do it daily, sorry. So platforms you can use is LeetCode, HackerRank, CodeSignal, that's over. And of course, the second part of technical interview is mock interview, when you can write a API service or another task. And in this way, here's 2 platforms that can help you. It's interviewing.io and Prompt. My advice here is to learn how to explain your thinking while you are solving some tasks. So here's some steps. You can do it step by step during interviews. You will need to explain your approach, how do you solve the problem. This demonstrates clear thinking, first of all, and second is communication skills. And the main part here is ask clarifying questions. Show that you understand the problem fully by asking questions before diving into coding. So you can do some notes before you have a task. You're asking clarifying questions. You're creating some notes before you code, and then you continue coding or solving the problem. Here's part 3, so coding. Here's some slides by the parts, like basic algorithms, data structures, IO-specific tasks, problem solve under the pressure, and soft skills. So let's start from the basic. When you are enrolling to the base position, like junior or trainee, yeah. Here is the main part of what should you know. So this is array manipulations. 99% this will be a task for strings or simple mathematical problems. By the way, I have 2 senior position technical interviews. On that, I solved Fibonacci sequence. So it's useful, I suppose, for all levels. Next one is the data structures. Here is the next step. I suppose it's more useful for middle plus levels. Here some data structures that can be useful for you. It's trees, hashable tables, arrays, linked lists, etc. By the way, I am a iOS developer, so I need to include some slides with the specific tasks by iOS theme. And this is mostly UI implementation. Now it takes popular to take SwiftUI and make some views on interview, because it's easy to write as fast as you can. Also, some tasks from my experience was the app lifecycle, or I need to code review and do changes to do code more efficiently. Also, I have tasks for concrete networking service. So on this technical interview, I got prepared template project. in which I have to implement IP service. That structures problem solving under the pressure. I hate this part of interview because it takes a lot of nervous. So this is cases that I got. It's real-time bug fixes. You have probably here's some code templates for you have a final class and find the bug here and fix it. This is the one from real-time bug fixes. Optimization problems, it's a favorite part of UI table view or lists in mobile application. And it also was on the technical interviews and implement features. Only once on the technical interview, I got access to the application, to the current application code, and this was the hardest task to deep dive into it and implement new feature like in live coding that was implemented in success screen to the payment process. Of course, soft skills. I can say that soft skills is a main part of all steps for the interview, and here are some types of interview that mostly need soft skills, either hard skills. So it's pair programming or project explanation. There are some situations where you are given by some code examples and you need to just explain what you see, how it will be printed, and like that. Or code review, especially code reviews. I don't know, maybe 2024 feature, just do a code review on technical interview. Don't know, but soft skills here are needed. Here are some examples of tasks. I don't know, don't you need it, but this is examples of you need to say what will be printed on the queues, what will be printed, or for example, type of dispatch, structure and extension. And this one was a real-time bug fixing task. If you are looking for resources for mobile developers, I suppose you don't need it. So let's go next one. Part 4. After the interview. What I want to give for you some tips. Do not afraid of asking questions during the interview. This section appears before or maybe in the middle when you are drinking some water, or basically at the end of your interview. You can politely ask to provide the immediately feedback. For example, I appreciate the time you've taken today. Could you share any initial thoughts on area I might improve? This is the best question for me and for interviewers also. In this case, they can understand that you are engaged in development, whatever. And for me as an interviewer, it is a huge plus if someone on interview will ask for feedback for him. Some other tips. You have to work with the feedback. A bit later, I speak about it more concrete. So first of all, be specific. you can ask for specific feedback instead of generic requests. For example, what about me, or when will be offer? You can ask, could you provide specific feedback on my, for example, coding task, or what is the best way to solve it, whatever. And the main part is accept constructively. So sometimes people can't do best feedback for you, or they can make it rude. So prepare to receive criticism. So feedback might be critical, and it's important to accept it graciously. So the best way just to say thank you. That's all. And remember, feedback is a crucial step in your career development, because it's not only getting feedback, it's also of giving feedback. And wish you zero bugs code. That's all for today. Thank you. Maybe some questions. We have a private session today.
Yeah.
As an iOS developer, do you work mainly with international or local companies?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
As an iOS developer, do you work mainly with international or local companies?
I had two projects. One was from London, and the second one is based in Europe. The hardest thing there was time management for me. No, if we are talking about communications, it's probably hard a bit in audio conversation, in Zoom call or in, but if you are just chatting, it's okay. But it's hard to manage your time when you have to work at 5 p.m. by Kazakhstan, until, for example, 1 p.m. That's why. Maybe
And
some concrete situations.
how hard is it to find job in Kazakhstan? Yes, you're an iOS developer.
It's quite easy for me because I have experience years, and I have some points in the CV, I suppose. But if you are just starting, I suppose any IT specialty like quality assessment or Android development, it will be quite hard. But for this time, it is much easier to find a job on a local positions, local companies.
You mentioned three platforms: LeetCode, HackerRank, and CodeSignal. Which one is the most popular? Which one HRs mainly check?
I suppose LeetCode. Thank you.
Yeah, as well, you mentioned two platforms where you can pass mock interviews. Can you please share with us how it can help us, how the process goes? Like you're talking to some technical expert who is kindly asking you the proper questions or something like that.
For local companies, there's one way, just do mock interviews. It's Telegram chats, audio chats. You can try to find probably I know that there is one chat for iOS developers when you can join every Saturday on the local audio chat, and there are some guys that just asking questions, and you can answer it, and you will discuss about the decision. For the websites, it's working quite the same. You can choose, let's call it mentor or interviewer by the his a bit portfolio, like frameworks, no, technical stack, I suppose. After choosing it, many platforms are taking some bills, so you have to pay, and then you have a conversation with some people. For example, on mockinterview.io, you have a included chat. You can just write to expert, say time, just pick a time for you and expert, and then you have a meeting. Mostly experts have some checklist that can be shared after the session. So you can go through a checklist and get, okay, I need to run this, like this.
Okay, great. And is it free or should I ask questions and do a mock interview for another person? Like, is it like should I pay by my time, by my attention for this process?
Sure. If we are talking about local chats, etc., if we are talking about local mentorship, I don't know, it may be free for you and for mentor, of course. If we are talking about platforms, it's 100% paid.
Okay, thank you.
Нет вопросов. Okay, I've got some questions. The first one is that probably I lost a little bit during the lecture, but how many times did you prepare for the technical interview? It was about like 3 months or
How much time I prepared for it?
yeah.
Once you are preparing for your first technical interview, it's enough. Then you just doing a marks of what you don't know, and then you are preparing by just special questions.
Got it. And also, I've got questions about, does the HR managers pay so much attention on the GitHub or something like this before talking with you on the interview? Before invites you to the interview?
Got you. So mostly they are asking about your website or GitHub when you are already on a call with the HR. Maybe it's I'm so lucky, so I didn't met HR that asked GitHub before we met, on the call.
Okay, and now in case that we have something like half an hour to spend the lecture, I would like to invite y'all in the communication we can share with each other about our probably technical interviews or just interview, how you spend it, how you felt, and probably you had some fuck ups or something like this. I can start. I'm not the developer, software engineer, but it was connected with the digital aerography and some people invite me to work, and on the first time when I started my job there, I split the coffee on all the computer stuff they had. I still worked there about two years, but at first I thought that they will fire me. So probably someone also had some very unpleasant histories about the interview. After that, I saw how you.
Okay. First of all, thank you for your lecture. It was great. And I want to say sorry for my bad English in some kind of parts. Because maybe in some parts I would forgot some words, and my grammatic is not good in some parts. But I have one topic. When I want to как будет слово строиться, get job, yeah, as a graphic designer, I go to the company. Company is the жилой font name, and before that I have some portfolio. In portfolio I have some kind of works, and I господи, как тяжело. Как сказать, у меня было несколько готовых работ, типа посты. Okay, yeah, I have some kind of complete portfolio, and I'm not so prepared before the interview. I go, and then I have one fuck up because I want to Господи, я забыл слово показать. Show, yeah. I want to show the website that I created and design, but it will a half time before, and this website is not working yet. And when I show the link, my interviewer is click there, and and nothing that's work. I must some confused, but I save some frames of that site, and I show this, and it's okay by my interviewer. Вот, как-то так. Извините, пожалуйста, что я много слов забывал. Это очень тяжело говорить на английском, я понимаю. Вот. Спасибо.
Probably you can say something.
Hello. Well, the history is about one very bad interview. Once, oh no, some like before words. In software engineering, there are a lot of like interchangeable technologies. For example, maybe someone know Entity Framework and Dapper, which do the same, but well, you can know only one sometimes of them. And once I applied for some job without proper reading the explanation. And it appeared during the interview that I know all the second variants of technologies, but not what needed. And I failed almost all the questions. That was awful. I think that's it.
How you felt? Как ты пришел в себя после того, как интервью прошло?
About half an hour looking at the wall and doing nothing. After that, I walked some time, and after that, felt much better. Thank you.
I have a cool story.
You can share it.
Okay, this is a story about my first steps, how I got first position in a company. So I was sitting on the I don't remember how it was called. Let's call it not conference. About 6 years or 5 years ago, and near to me, sitting on HR, she was asking, I'm sitting with MacBook and doing notes for the speaker, and she's asking, are you a iOS developer? I see the Mac, a bit thinking, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm a iOS developer, and continue making notes. It goes about 1 hour. She comes back, and tomorrow interview at 13 p.m. or a.m. So doesn't matter. 1 p.m. Let's make it. So on this moment, I didn't even know what is iOS development and what is Swift. I was a C# development at this moment. But this is a chance. You can you can be a iOS developer. Yeah. So you have one night. I'm coming to the interview. There HR and team lead. Something about team lead. He was a Java developer that don't even know what is iOS development. But he need to make an interview for me, who also don't know what is iOS development at this moment. So he's asking some questions about iOS development. I am answering how it will be in C#, and he's translating how it will be in Java. After 1 hour of our translating code so Swift Java C#, he said, okay, I got you. You don't know what is iOS development. So you can come to us on 3 months of learning. If you all pass a final project, we will take you. That's how I got my first job. I passed these 3 months by coming to the company office, learning iOS development, and made a project. Just a digital wallet. That was me.
So basically, you're now iOS senior developer only because of that HR manager who told you, oh, you work on the iMac, so you iOS developer, and you
Probably
answered her?
this is main part. Yeah.
That's cool.
I think it's some kind of butterfly effect in your life.
Probably, yeah. But I don't regret at all. And also I have one full technical interview. So if you will be an interviewer or you will be an guy who comes to interview, don't repeat this situation because it feels so badly. The main problem is you are connecting by Google Meet to the call, and you're only one with a turn it on camera, and you are starting to speak, and you're understanding that you are still only one with turn it on camera. And if you are interviewer, I wanted you to say that you can turn off your camera or turn on your camera, by the way, because it feels bad and don't even try it.
Boris, can you please name top 2 or top 3 things not to do during the job interview?
Yeah,
Like the worst ones.
I need some word.
Можешь просто сказать, вдруг мы переведем.
Oh, it's easy word, yeah. I knew it. Don't even come to the interview naked. Try to wear something. Probably t-shirt, shirts are enough. To come naked to the interview. Not even.
Not yet.
Not yet. No. Also, I can add here. Don't drink before interview and get drunk to the interview. Yeah. I suppose the second one is be polite. So third one is yeah, probably yeah. But if you will not be late, I think it will be a huge plus in our time.
Okay, thank you.
How many times you tried to come to work with the international companies? How many applies did you?
A lot of applies. To get these 70 technical interviews, I got about 200 rejects, I suppose, maybe more. I don't even count it, just trying and trying and trying, and it's still not as much as I wish.
And how did you try to be on the boat if you had that much rejects? You just do the applies on the job, for example, once in a week or like 10 times in a day?
Some of these months it was every free time. I have free time, I will apply, like this. Or if it's a bit hard with the time, it's hard to say. Probably about 1 or 2 appointments for an evening, like this.
And also the question was about forgot. So it was connected with the, yeah. Did you use only the LinkedIn to apply for a job or another websites?
I don't even know for other specialties, but for iOS developers, there are one Telegram chat that collects all of United States and other locations. Just there's describe on a position and the link to apply.
Yeah, I noticed that to have some chats, it's kind of easier than to look for a job on the LinkedIn or another websites. And another question, it's about the probably friends. For example, you know that your friend working on some cool company, and should we try to apply for a job on this company? And насколько высока вероятность, что тебя примут туда? If you have a friend there.
By my friend recommendation or
For example.
It helps you pass the CV check. So after your friend recommends you or making it by affiliate program, you just goes to the top by your resume. All stuff like HR interview, technical interview, product interview, it's on your way. If you are bad at it, this is your fault, not your friend.
So if somebody remembers something from the interview.
Speak that part in Russia, потому что я боюсь, у меня I don't have skills to сказать то, что я хочу нормально, чтобы это не звучало как 20 second, please, и вот все такое. Во-первых, я не дорассказал про прошлую историю, меня все-таки приняли туда, вот, но я работал там не сильно долго, ну, по определенным причинам. До этого у меня тоже есть история. Тут, по-моему, говорили про то, готовились ли к интервью голым, если я все правильно понял, да? Ну вот, да. Собственно, про это.
I came to the interview naked.
Ну, технически я на него не пришел, но это было такое онлайн-интервью. Опять-таки, это было до того, как я пошел в жилой фонд дизайнером работать. Это было онлайн. Тогда мы созвонились с одним HR-ом слэш SMM-щиком перед тем, как мы стали с ним работать. Да, спойлер, мы стали с ним работать. Но это было утром, ну, как бы в онлайн-формате, в Zoom ссылочка. Вот. Во-первых, я проспал, потому что оно было запланировано на 10. Встал я, ну, почти проспал, да, я встал в 9:50 с чем-то. Вот, наверное, так делать не стоило. Но у меня была отложена, прям скопирована в заметочке ссылочка на Zoom-трансляцию, куда нужно было перейти. Естественно, я просыпаюсь вот в это 9:50 с чем-то, вижу время, думаю, ну, классно, надо действовать. Собственно, про прийти на интервью голым. Времени на то, чтобы мне одеться, чисто физически не было. Ну, собственно, поэтому можно, наверное, считать, что на интервью я был голым. По пояс. Потому что нужно было все-таки с камерой сидеть. К сожалению, пришлось все-таки найти немножко времени одеться по пояс, вот, в футболочку. В камере я выглядел неплохо. Вот. То, что было вне камеры, не очень. Вот. Ну и, собственно, никто подвохов не заметил, к счастью. Встать, к счастью, никто не просил, да. Ну, чувак оказался неплохим. Вот, я все еще немножко тупил, потому что тогда я только начинал именно дизайнить. У меня были работы. Тогда я показывал один из рабочих сайтов. На секундочку. Я не облажался в этот раз. Ну, до того момента вот еще что-то работало. Ну, в принципе, да, ему в целом зашли мои работы, не было каких-то прям жестких факапов. Единственное, он очень много спрашивал про мой опыт. Вот там пришлось немножко выдумывать, потому что у меня его особо не было. Вот. И показывать ему работы и говорить, что они на самом деле были на заказ, а не то, что я дизайнил у себя из головы и придумывал, вот, и делал там на всяких интенсивах, курсах и так далее, вот, потому что ему это было очень важно. Но впоследствии мы работали, э, тоже не очень весело было, вот, но это уже немножко другая тема. Вот, примерно вот так вот. Ну, это было очень кринжово, на самом деле. Ну, во время самого интервью, конечно, об этом не думал, но со стороны, наверное, выглядело это очень весело, учитывая, что я ему рассказывал про работы, которые не были на самом деле рабочими моими, начиная с этого и заканчивая тем, что я сидел буквально в трусах перед ним, ну, технически. Фактически он этого не видел. Вот поэтому, наверное, вот так вот. Вот, спасибо.
Так, I've got another question. It's about how do you think how many people who take a technical interview actually knows what the person who tried to pass the technical interview talking about? So usually it's CEO or team leads, and they understand what they asking for, right? Or
Did the interviewers understand what they are asking about?
да.
Um, I fully want to believe that they are understanding. Because if they are not, it's I don't know, air balloon. Probably it makes difference between the companies. It's hard to make a concrete answer here, I think. When you are on a call in interviews, you don't think about these questions. After all, sometimes you have these thoughts about these are the questions that I've got. It's so strange. So probably they are just asking you by some script. Sometimes it's okay. But I will
Okay.
believe that interviewers mostly are understanding what they are asking about.
Okay, got it. And also I have another question is about the communication, not on the interview, but after when you got the job. And for example, do you work out stuff or inside the company?
I have experience with both of them, working like out staff team, because there was not only me, and the working in the current team. The huge difference here is if the project will be closed, mostly you will be fired off if you are out staff. By the way, if you are already in company, you will be switched to another project.
And how hard to communicate with the people if you're working out stuff?
probably I'm lucky, or I have no issues with the communication, even if I'm not staff or in the main team.
Okay, and also the other question is about if you work on the American startup, it means that you also talking with the foreign guys and how to communicate with them. Do you felt some kind of difference between the
Dialects.
cultural or something slang?
Sure, as I said before, the main hard point here is in talking in audio chat or something like that. But when you are typing or chatting, it's okay.
Yeah, now I can speak in English. What are interviewers typically want to when they ask algorithm related questions? Maybe they want to know you how you can just насколько ты скилловый, грубо говоря, вот, или они хотят увидеть, типа, как ты можешь справляться с задачами, именно посмотреть на тебя как на человека, или больше на твои технические способности, вот так вот.
Mostly in IT companies, there are some steps to manage your soft skills, especially on HR interview or a team interview after a technical part. Especially in the companies that that they are trying to manage people by cultural fit. If this is a startup that will, and if they are just firing and they need a developer, so probably they will not look on the cultural fit and just, okay, hard skills is on the top, it's enough for us. But mostly the interviewers are looking on hard skills, but not forget about the soft skills. Soft skills is a main part at all steps, as I said.
If I don't have an exact answer and some questions, what can I do? Maybe it's have some ways to don't fuck up in that part, and then asking this question when I don't have a exact answer in this question.
Do you want to ask how you answer the question you don't know?
Сейчас скажу на русском. Если я не знаю именно какого-то точного ответа, то есть не прям вообще ноль, но я не могу прям как-то точно описать ответ. И, допустим, мне нужно как-то выкрутиться, и я знаю какую-то моментами, вопрос может быть сложный, вот я не могу точно прям сказать как-то на эту тему. И мне нужно как-то все-таки объяснить как-то свою позицию и ответить на этот вопрос, вопреки тому, что я могу каких-то аспектов не знать, и как бы в этом моменте не вот так вот зафакапиться, условно.
First, two types of answer. If this is a not deeper question, you can say just I worked with it in this project. If you need to, I can remember what I do and say to you
Mhm.
or describe to you. But the working way for me is to say better to say no and save your time and interviewers time.
Mm, mhm. Um, that's in your opinion, we have two ways. First is to not waste time and say no, and demonstrate some kind of skills in projects. Or can I have?
If the question is deep,
Mhm.
deep technical question, how this table view is realized, how you are making this layout. Not even do you work with UI collection view layouts. No, they are asking about realization. And if you don't know some of this realization, is for me easier and better to say no. I have no experience with it. This way, I'm saving the time to other questions. Where can I say more technical information?
Okay, thank you.
Probably it's the last question. What are the difference in questions and tasks when you apply for a job, but for different positions? For example, you are the June iOS developer and senior iOS developer.
Mm. I think the main difference is in the how interviewers dive deep into like questions. So for junior levels, it's enough to just know how it is. So probably some methods, etc. For middle levels, it's important to know some memory management, some probably troubles like multi-threading issues or memory leaks, I don't know. So a bit deeper. And when you are coming to a senior position, most questions that are different from other levels. It's how to see all picture. So it's architectural questions. It's probably management actions. How can you divide one large task to smaller parts? How can you delegate some tasks? If we are talking about technical questions, there are some themes that are only on middle plus levels. So just junior developers shouldn't know it. They don't need to know it.
Okay, thank you. Now I think it's over. Thank you for the lecture.
Like you on the show.